seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes. It's the special Sunderland show, isn't it? It's the derby. It's back. We've got a couple of Mackems on, so please be nice. I need to stress, we're going to stay away from all that rubbish, you know, all the stuff that we don't want to talk about, which is just good banter, clean banter, and let's enjoy the show. And Superfan Dan's back as well. Yay. We'll get through the usual stuff and then we'll bring them all in and welcome them in. So welcome to the preview of our derby game on Sunday. My bum's twitching already. Please like, share, subscribe, hype the show afterwards. Obviously, the hype really does help. Please adhere to standard community guidelines, keep comments respectful, and of course, enjoy the show. Gaz is in the house already, who was watching last night. So we did do a show last night with these fine gentlemen and really enjoyed it. Jules is at a Christmas party. Don't do anything we wouldn't do. And Jules, since you're at the Christmas party, put it on for 5 seconds. I love it. 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 That is 5 shots, love. Get them down here. Thank you to Scott Devlin. I don't know if Dan knows that, but yeah, he does. Yeah, there we go. The mags are massive. Yes, we are. There's a few more down there. Evening crew. I love Sparky, the Ward multi-winning Sparky. Right, let's bring my co-host in first. How are we doing?
Good. How are you, Baz? Scott. That's our Scott.
It is, isn't it?
Scott and I figured out we share a surname.
Yep. There we go.
When I come over in February, we're going to find out whether or not we're related. So there you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That.
Yeah.
Even Scotty boy, sorry you're not on the show tonight. Obviously, it's quite full, but he will be back on Sunday night. So let's bring the reason why we're doing this show. It's because of Stu, the Mackem Cabbie. How are you doing, pal?
Hey,
how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, very good, man. Thank you for last night. It was very good, and thank you for coming back onto our show to do the same sort of show, but it will be just a tiny little bit different. There might be a little bit more piss taken in there, a little bit more, because I'm now in control and I don't have to be as nice as I was last night in a way. We've also got Rob as well. How's Rob?
How are you, Rob?
Good evening, Basil. Dan, Cabbie. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Looking forward to the game on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah. And we've got Don. How are we doing, Don? Don's a Geordie, by the way, who knows the Mackems, and he was on last night, so he wanted to come back on again. So welcome.
Evening, Don. Good to meet you all.
Good evening.
So, like I said, we are here for this, the mammoth fixture. It's been 6 years in the making. Sorry, 2016, 9 years in the making. Sorry, 2016. That's where I got the 6 from.
and don't you love it that they're advertising the 2 newest signings to the clubs?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's a big one for them, isn't it, being the captain?
Yeah,
but for us, I would have put Bruno on that picture personally myself. But there you go. I believe Sunderland have already started with the welcome party.
If only.
Well, it's much better than this one.
I was going to say, take us in the
that is very true. That is very true. Is that the bar from last year?
That's the bar from last year in the FA Cup. So it's a good starting point before we go on to the press conference. I mean, how mad were you as fans to see your club do that?
Bloody idiots. They were
rolling out the red carpet.
How would St James's Park and the Newcastle fans reacted if that happened at St James's Park, red and white all over?
I think we'd rip up our season tickets and probably disown the club, to be fair, because that was terrible. Did you feel like you lost the game before you even kicked the ball?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, what was the point? What was the point of doing that?
I don't know. Unless the person was a Geordie.
The thing was, if it had been Stuart Donald, I could have understood it because he was a bit of a dick. But I'm sure KLD was our owner by then, wasn't he, Cabbie?
It was. I just think it was a marketing thing they thought was maybe going to be a good idea, and it just backfired. Learning curve, innit?
Yeah.
Well, is it what? Weren't it Yanks that did it?
No. He's a Swiss guy,
Oh,
French Swiss.
Oh, I see. So he was trying to be neutral. I got it. Okay.
A bloody idiot.
A bloody idiot, yeah,
Mhm.
pretty much, very much so.
Either that or Fabian Schär called him up and said, "Hey, this is what you should do in the concourse."
This is how you welcome an away team.
Hospitable people, nice hospitable Mackems, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember coming there as a young 18-year-old. I used to go to Sunderland a lot, and I always found it a nice hospitable place.
Really?
I've done there for
Hey,
one-
Don, the deadpan face is giveaway, mate.
The pigs flying behind you as well don't
Yeah.
help.
The one and only time I've ever been in Sunderland was when I was over there in 2000. I had just been at Chesterley Street for training, and I was trying to get back to Central Station, but I'd missed the bus, and there was a guy at Chesterley Street who said, I'll drive you, but I have to stop at the house, and I'm a Newcastle supporter, but I live in Sunderland. So he took me in his car, and we went to his house, and I sat in the car while he went inside for like 3 minutes, and then he came back out and then drove me to the station. And he was pointing things out as we were driving and everything. Brilliant guy. So I saw a lot of Sunderland that day, but I didn't stop. But
You're
not
missing
I
out.
wasn't driving. So
Yeah, that's true. You couldn't stop.
Yep.
Before we get onto the press conference, there is two little bits of news in Twitter, which has really wound me up as a Newcastle fan and maybe wound you guys up as a Sunderland fan. First for us, Dan and Don, Craig No Hope has decided to come out and start talking about Tino Livramento and his contract. I know, right before a derby day, he did this last time, didn't he, as well, when it was a massive game before the cup final, and he dropped some news that we wouldn't be happy with. And just before the Champions League qualification, he drops a bit of news that we wouldn't be happy with. And Don, he's done it again.
Right. Yeah, I just read this. It's total nonsense. Just trying to unsettle a player before the derby. I think it's deliberate with him, to be fair.
He's meant to be a fan.
he was so proud of himself when he was over in Korea, and was he broke the news that he who shall not be named wasn't in the squad, and hypothesizing the whole time he was there. We saw a lot of the city since he wanders around while he's doing it. But just come on, man, know your place, read the room.
Yeah, just don't do it before derby day.
Right.
And for you guys, you're going to have to get used to this now that you've got some decent players. Obviously, this is now in the news that Man United and Chelsea are sniffing around one of your players already. This is, you have to get used to it, really. Apparently, there's a pecking order and we're not in it. And you's aren't in it.
Yeah, I just put a video on my channel about that tonight, actually, and it's like, talk about timing.
Yeah, he's got he signed a 5-year contract when he joined us, so the club will be in no hurry to sell him unless they get a bloody good price for him. And
this guy's got an engine, Rob, hasn't he? He's got an engine on him. This guy just runs and runs and runs till the cows come home, this fella.
Rob, I didn't want to point out the obvious to him, mate, but somebody else had a really long contract as well.
Yeah.
But he went on strike, did he not?
Yep. I was just listening in the car coming home, and the American pundits over here on satellite radio were talking about Mo Salah, and they're all backing the club and saying Mo Salah needs to go in and apologize to Arne Slot, or he needs, if he doesn't make the squad this weekend, he needs to just go off to AFCON and not come back. Figure out where he goes next and everything. But I'm sitting there just listening to all this going, the hypocrisy is real. Over the summer, when one of our players goes on strike, everybody's like, free the player. The club is in the wrong. They can't hold on to him. They can't make him do this. And everybody was player power, player power. All of a sudden, a bona fide legend at Liverpool gets pissed off that he's not in the starting 11. And everybody's like, yeah, we'll just get him out, hoy him out. We don't need him. You know, no one's above the club. And it's just like, wait a minute here. So yeah, I'm with you on Don's absolutely correct. Long-term contracts mean nothing.
No, you are right. You are right. But the thing is, Sunderland would take, if somebody offered silly money for him, Sunderland would take it. It's the way the club works.
That's the way we
I
work
think the
as well,
players,
really.
though,
Go on,
do you
Don.
not think the players need to think about it a little bit more? Because, I mean, you've seen it. You know, they take the big money transfers. He's went off to Liverpool. He hasn't particularly played well. He's damaging his reputation. You got young Rory Delap went off to Chelsea. Hardly ever gets on the pitch. You know, these big clubs that come in with massive amounts of money. But do you want your legacy to be sitting on the bench?
Right.
No,
well,
definitely not.
But that's happened for decades, though, Don. I mean, it used to be Man United. You know, somebody scores a goal one week, and Man United sign him the following season, and he fails, and they invariably failed miserably. Whereas, there were several Man United players were like that. I mean, it was rare that Man United actually signed somebody that was good, and stayed good.
No, they just made their own, Rob.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
thing. They became really good when they started bringing their youths through. And this is, I mean, Cabbie and myself have discussed this many a time on Cabbie's show. The thing with Sunderland now is the whole club is geared towards youth. The manager is a youth training specialist, and we're bringing in the youngsters. Not that many older heads, but we're bringing in the youngsters. We're developing them, and then we sell them and make money on them. It's same to what Brighton have been doing. Bournemouth,
Chelsea's been doing
Brentford,
it for years.
Chelsea to a certain extent.
Yep.
Man City to a certain extent as well. They sell a lot of players that we don't even hear of and make a ton of money from it.
Yeah, but they tend to sign 20 or 30 players at a time and then get rid of 25 of them later. But
like I said, that Chelsea have ruined how many careers? Man City have ruined how many careers? Calvin Phillips, for one, going to City and never really got a sniff. They should have stayed at Leeds. They might have done a bit better, but there you go. But this is what happens now when you get decent players. As soon as someone hits the limelight a little bit or looks like he's better than what the big six like, they just come in and try and take your players. It's just get used to the rumour, especially with January around the corner. This Tino Livramento one will not go away all the way until the summer, until he signs a new contract, which we hope he does, obviously. Right, so we go to the press conference. I've just picked out the best parts of it. So this is the Sunderland press conference. There's excitement and context for the derby. He described the match as an exciting challenge, reflecting on Sunderland's rapid progress since promotion. 5 or 6 months ago, we were a newly promoted side. Now we have a lot of points and we are playing Newcastle at home. It's exciting, he said. He acknowledged the intense atmosphere and noting the passionate rivalry and the chance to build on a recent form. And again, we're so tight in the table at the moment. The team news and injury updates, like you said, there's several key updates. Your left back, I can't pronounce his name right, Ronaldinho, is that how you pronounce it? Ronaldo, fully fit after missing the 3-0 loss to Man City. Diarra still sidelined because he's had groin surgery and he could be off to the AFCON. Dennis Cricken is out.
Sirkin,
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm dyslexic, so when I'm reading things with names, I haven't got a clue sometimes. O'Neill's suspended.
Yeah.
What else have we got? Did he say? No other major issues other than that, which is good for yous. He's kept Pacifics under wraps when it comes to tactics, as you can imagine, but he says we've got to be flexible. We've got to rise to the occasion in the heat of a derby. And obviously he's praising Grand Xhaka a lot because, he's had a superb season, to be fair. Didn't think he was going to be that good when he assigned him, to be honest with you. Preparation and mindset, despite the short turnaround from the City defeat, he's highlighted the squad's resilience and preparation, urging players to channel the fans' energy without getting overwhelmed and to obviously forget about that 3-0 loss in the FA Cup. So after hearing, I don't know if you heard his press conference, but that's pretty much the best bits of it. I mean, it is all on your captain, isn't it? On Sunday, if he puts in a 9 out of 10 performance, you're going to be very difficult to beat, and also very difficult to stop, Cabbie.
Yeah, I mean, especially at home. As I said on the show yesterday, it's the fact, like, sounds daft to say, but at home, our strength seems to be if we go behind. Like I say, if the switch just seems to flick in the heads, and we just turn the screw, and when that screw turns, a lot of teams at our ground can't cope with us, and we've proved for so many teams, especially like we're Arsenal. Being 2-0 down against Bournemouth, a good Bournemouth side. They've held their own in the Premier League for quite a while, and to come back and to win 3-2, especially with a newly promoted team. I mean, it takes them doing that. Like, it weren't fluke. The lads they're playing superb at home at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big shock when I was watching the scores come in, thinking 2-0 down to Bournemouth. They're a high-flying team at the moment. Didn't see us getting away back into the game, and it certainly shocked me that day. We'll come to Rob. The heat of the derby. Do you see anyone as a red card potential from your side of things? Do you see your players keeping the composure? It's been the first derby for over 9 years. Do you see it being a battle in that midfield?
I think it'll be a battle, and I definitely think there'll be some cards. Well, hopefully not red ones.
Yeah,
but I mean, the one defender that could quite easily pick up a red card is Ronaldo. He's already done it by kicking somebody in the danglies. So,
and the town halls.
So he's obviously got a little bit of fire in him. Jacques has got history of picking up red cards, particularly if he gets really annoyed at somebody. The rest of them seem to be sensible, and there's not that many of the team will have been part of the last time we played during the FA Cup. Ballard, Hume are probably the only two that'll be in the first team squad, I would guess.
Interesting. It's going to be fun, isn't it? We'll move on.
Challenge.
Yeah. Eddie Howe's press conference was done remotely due to obviously our Champions League exploits. Howe expressed strong personal and collective motivation to do the club and the city and our people proud. He's been getting a lot of slack online, Don, about letting another lead go. It's 3 in a row now. He doesn't think it's a time issue. He just thinks it's poor defending. We don't want to drop deep, but sometimes it just happens. It's football. He's the right man for the job, isn't he?
Yeah, no doubt about that. But I think it's all well and good at saying it just happens in football, but he's standing on the edge of the pitch directing the team. And if you can see them dropping deep, we need to do was it City the other day where the keeper fell to the ground and had the 30-second team talk? We need to exercise that same kind of thing. He needs to pull them together and say, look, you're doing it again, stop it, get a little bit further up the pitch, have some courage in your convictions. You're a good team, you're good lads. When you're attacking, you're cracking on. What you need to do is just keep it going for the whole 90 minutes. It's better to risk that than actually sit back and have no offensive play, because it allows the opposition to dictate the game.
Sounds like we need a bit of shithousery back again that we were very good at doing. Because I remember Pope going down quite a lot last season and giving us that breather and, getting Eddie Howe to get the players around him. Sometimes
it's going right.
Yeah.
It's going right when Arsenal, City and Man U are complaining about you doing it.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Who were the kings of doing it, aren't they, really? You can't coach concentration unless... I mean, Eddie Howe is on the touchline, Dan, and get up. But if the ball's in the last quarter and you're not getting a hold of it and you're holding on to a lead, sometimes the players it's just an automatic thing, isn't it?
Well, and we've talked about this quite a bit as well. We were ragging on the players for a bit, that we have this set piece coach, and yet we're not seeing anything come out of the set pieces. We're not doing anything. Now all of a sudden we're performing pretty well at set pieces, but I'm wondering if, well, I was going to say attacking them. I'm wondering if the defensive setup of our set pieces just hasn't clicked yet. It also seems to be that when we've got a lead, we tend to play at every corner, at every defensive free kick, that we're defending. It looks like we put all 11 players in the box. So like, no, wait a minute, guys. Someone's got to be an outlet. Someone has to be ready to get that second ball to move it up the pitch. So I agree with Don. At some point, is it Dan Byrne? Is it Bruno? Is it Voltamata who says, hey, this way, let's go this way. Who is it that yanks a guy by the collar and says, get up there? It's just. I don't know what it is, and as in the terms of Sunday, it's going to be a cauldron of noise. So if Eddie's standing on the sideline, trying to bark orders at someone, who knows if it's going to be heard? Who knows? And so the other thing is, what Eddie's been pinched about for the last several weeks has been his substitute timings. That's another thing that he has to get right. So Sunday's going to be an interesting predicament for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that did come out of the Champions League game when the Wissa substitution, everyone was like, why wasn't he on earlier? But then apparently he's been struggling with illness. So maybe that's the answer to why he only had a few minutes on the pitch. But unless they come out and tell us he's been struggling with illness, we're all sitting in our homes and people on the ground going, well, why is Wissa still on the bench? Get him on. He's got pace. He's got this. Right. But if he has been carrying an illness, he might not have been able to do the job that Eddie Howe wants him to do. But we don't know that. And that's when you get the idiots online who, flu. Yeah, exactly. They get the idiots online and just jump on it and don't think there's something else going on in the background. And that's what the frustrating thing is.
And that's also tipping your cards. If you're telling in a press conference,
exactly.
This has got flu. Well, then, who knows?
Yeah, the opposition's thinking, well, he's not going to get on the pitch. He's just on the bench for the sake of it, don't they? So there you go.
Don't anybody rub Vaseline on your chest and get near him. Just leave him alone. Yeah. Stay away from him.
I like it. Player preparation and derby awareness with several new signings. Obviously, Voltamara, Chow, Wissa, Ramsey, Ramsdale, Alanga, potentially involved in the game. Eddie Howe has stressed that the likes of Dan Byrne, Bruno, Gordon, Lewis Marnie, Jacob Murphy, and Lewis Hall have all spoke to the players and made them completely aware of this game. And that's also happened on the Sunderland side of things as well. As soon as new players step through the door, it's like you do realise we're playing Sunderland in December. You need to know what this is all about and get yourself ready for it. So that's always good. Addressing the tight schedule, Howe confirmed no major resting plans. We don't have enough players to rest ahead of the derby. The best way to keep the squad fresh is through playing time. The rotation limited, but all involved players remain in part of the group. You picked a strong side for midweek to ensure readiness for Sunday without specifics to injuries or lineup. He reflects on the past encounters. Obviously, Howe's only played against Sunderland once and managed to beat them 3-0 in the FA Cup. Very different experience at first hand. Despite Sunderland's resurgence, he remained confident in his team's form, aiming to build on recent Premier League points, targeting 10 from 12 since the November break and European progress. So we are in a bit of run of form, and Sunderland are on a little bit of a downward slide. So that might work in our favour. You never know. We'll move on to favourite derby days and memories of the past. I've obviously got a few little pictures to get you all, reminding of things of past. God, what was Cisse thinking about then? And of course, my favourite derby day was obviously Liam O'Brien over the wall at Roker Park. There's the picture we talked about last night, lads. I thought I'd find it for you just to show you again. I'll come to you, Cabbie. First of all, what is your favourite derby day memory?
Ooh, got it. Where do you start?
You got a few, to be fair.
Oh, you know. I mean, I was just like just a bairn, about like 12, 10, 11-year-old, something like that. And it was the second leg, the playoffs at St. James's Park. I wasn't at the game. I was upstairs playing Subbuteo, listening to the commentary with a fella called Charles Harrison. He was doing the commentary for the game. And I just remember jumping all over the place in my bedroom in my Spider-Man pajamas, and then banging on the floor and jumping around all over the place. And the lights and the wardrobes were all shaking in the room. My dad coming up the stairs, what in the bloody hell are you playing at? You know what I mean? And I wasn't even at the game. And it just goes to show you don't have to be at the game to still feel it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Back in the old house in Sunderland, I live in Carlisle now, but yeah, I just remember the massive roar from the Leeds stand, from the Sunderland fans coming across Metro Radio. The noise was just colossal from them. Still remember it clear as day.
Yeah, I remember one of my best mates, Bedroom, listening to the game on the radio, and I was more of a Newcastle fan than he was, and I went nuts when we scored our winner, and he's like, "Shut up, man, my dad will chin you." I'm like, "I can't, man, we've just fucking scored." Rob, what about you?
I've got to say this for Don. It's probably the Jermaine Defoe winner. In I think that was 2015, Don. When there was an RAF officer and a weather forecaster sitting at a party in Cyprus having a few beers, and I even spilt me beer when Defoe scored that one. I think Don spilt his, but mostly over me.
That's not true. It wasn't all over you.
It wasn't spilt either, it was thrown.
Good point, well made.
I love it. Don, your favourite Derby Day experience? Could be, say, any match you really enjoyed.
No, I mean, for me, it's like I was telling you last night. I was sitting in a curry house in Calcutta in India, and the bloke heard my accent and went, "Do you want to watch the football?" And he put the match on, and yeah, I watched a Kevin Nolan hat-trick and a 5-1 win. And yeah, you know, best place in the world to watch football, apparently, especially as the beer was about 30 pence a pint.
Oh, that'll do.
Oh,
Yep.
That'll definitely do it. Dan, your favourite?
Oh shoot, there's too many to mention, but I think
Don't rub it in.
Well, no, I just think I think the one that sticks out in my mind, of course, is when Derbies scored a header at
yes.
at was that at the Stadium of Light?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first Derby, our first visit there.
Mhm.
I think that was right after it opened, I think. But yeah, I just remember that header and, you know, shirt coming off and, you know, swinging around his head and everything. I just, that's the one that I remember. You know, there's obviously, you know, as Don said, the Kevin Nolan hat trick. You know, anytime Amiobi did what Amiobi does, you know, Emre's free kick.
Free kick,
you know,
yeah, free
when
two.
when he went running and jumping into Souness's arms like a baby. You know,
the only one that would.
So I mean, there's lots, but yeah, I think the one that sticks out the most for me is when Derbies was when he scored the header. Yep,
that's a good one. That's a good one. A bit of a different question, this one, in a way. Who would you like to bring back into your current team to play this one-off game in a derby? Like a Derby Day hero, Cabbie. I've got a feeling this man might get a mention, and I have put him up there for two reasons. Obviously, that great goal that he scored, and also the work that he's done with the Bradley Foundation. Absolutely. And of course, both clubs united together, you know, to help that cause as much as we possibly could as well. Yep. So I'm guessing he's probably one, maybe. Is there anyone else?
It'd be the toss of the coin between Jermaine Defoe and Kevin Phillips, of course.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, two different type of players, two different goals, different meanings, different emotions. But yeah, Defoe. I mean, like you say, he's been around. He's been there, seen there, and done it. And to bring the lad into tears, do you know what I mean? When he put that, when he scored, he's walking off on time, and he was in tears. I mean, just shows you how much it gets a hold of you as a player to do that. So, I would like to say, I would possibly bring them both on and sub them at half time.
I like it. Before I go to Rob, the question on you again on that one: how proud of you for the region? Getting on the Bradley Foundation and helping out as much as we could. It was nice to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing is that the Bairn is from the same villages that I'm from. I've got a snaky feeling I know his grandfather.
Right.
Somebody I grew up with, because they live in, the Bairn was from 10th Street in Blackhall. I used to live in Middle Street, between 10th and 11th Streets. So, they're from my neck of the woods. And every single club in the UK has been absolutely brilliant with the Bradley Lowry Foundation. And they all deserve huge pats on the back for that. In terms of players I'd like to see back, if we're going to have SKP or Jermaine Defoe back, I want Niall Quinn, so they can feed off him.
Yeah, that was the little and large combination, wasn't it?
Yep.
We've almost got ours ready. Before I come to Don and Dan, I'm going to put mine out straight away because I think Dan might try and steal it as well. And it might be a bit of a surprise to you guys, but the one player I would bring back for Sunday when we always need him off the bench, it's the Mackem Slayer. He might not have been the greatest goal scorer in the world, but my God, he loved the goal against you guys.
Oh, he's banned him.
My wife would be well chuffed. That's her favorite player.
I hope he's choking on that apple.
That is an iconic image.
It is, isn't it? Dan, who would you bring back as like one player that you could bring back for Sunday?
That was the one that I was going to speak to. Now, since you went there, I have to go with the big man himself, our illustrious number 9.
Yeah, Mr. Shearer.
Yep,
I love it. Don,
I was going to bring back Shola simply for my missus' sake. But, that's.
I'll bring him back because of historic goals that he scored against.
Well, there's that. Yep.
He is crap though.
You see, you've both gone for strikers, and I love what Dan's saying there on Big Al. But actually, I would go for Philip Albert.
Ooh,
I like that call out. Yep.
Just for that, I think what we're lacking at the moment is that steady hand in the middle of the defence to hold it all together, and I think that was where he came in, and he also had one hell of a boot on him as well.
He did. He absolutely did. Yeah, good shout.
Not Flemish, but he gives us that certain je ne sais quoi.
I mean, if I was really being honest, Peter Beardsley would be the player I'd bring back. But because Shola's the Mackem Slayer, I had to go for Shola in there. So there we go.
The one name that I've not heard mentioned that I was convinced I would hear mentioned there was Supermac.
Again, before my time. Talking of Supermac, we've got a great night lined up at Newcastle Benfield in February, all for charity, Supermac and Gibbo, and we've got Graham Bailey, who's a big Borough fan, coming on to do about an hour with me and Dan, talking about North East football and what happened in the January window and all that sort of stuff. £15 a ticket. That is it, to see two absolute legends. And all the money's going to Azure, which is Gibbo's charity, and the Butterwick Foundation, Butterwick Hospice. That's Graham Bailey's foundation. So we're looking to try and raise £2,000 to split between those two charities. So get your tickets, guys. In the chat at the top, I've posted the link on how to get your tickets. So please consider doing that. Thanks for setting me up on that one, Rob. That was great timing.
Brilliant.
Oh, don't forget Shea Given, who played for both clubs as well. I mean, we need a goalkeeper, to be fair. I mean, Shea Given will be an absolute great shout.
So I think the one that we can both agree on is Titus Bramble does not make it.
Titus Shambles, I love it.
Or Chopra. I mean, I saw he was in the news again today talking about they were getting quotes from him saying that he had to quit the game because of all the death threats that he got.
No, he did. He quit the game because he was a compulsive gambler and lost all his money.
Well, there's that thing. There's also that, yes.
But again, he's using that one.
If we're tying in who could get the red card and a player, Tamuri gets by.
Yeah. Oh man, did he even play?
None of the advertising hoardings are safe.
Yeah, definitely not.
I don't know whether he did, but I did see him play for Limassol when we were out in Cyprus. Done.
Oh, nice. If we're talking about red cards, it'll be Fiore for me. Rest in peace, great man.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to potential lineup. So I've got your potential lineup from SofaScore. This is what they think you're going to do. Are you a 5-4-1? First of all, would that be the formation you would line up as? And is there any changes within that 11 you would make? Or do you think that's bang on?
The only one I think might... I'm not sure about Traore, whether it could be Talby that's on instead of Traore. And Mr. Blobby playing up front instead of Isidore, with Isidore coming on in the second half. The rest of it is as you've got it, I think. The back five and mid four can swap round, play back four, mid five, whatever.
Kevin doesn't think you'll start with a back five. Welcome to the channel, Kevin. Thanks for joining us for the show. He feels you'll go 4-4-2.
That's big Kev. Evening, Kev.
How are we doing, Kev, lad? You all right soon?
Would you agree with Kev? Would you go 4-4-2 instead, or do you think you'll do the 5-4-1? To Robbo Cabbie.
I think we'll probably start with 5 at the back and then swap it to 4 at the back, 5 in the middle, and stick with the 1 up front like we have for virtually every game this season.
All right. Ooh, interesting. Ours is a little bit more difficult to predict, to be honest with you. So I've put in the potential areas where we might change. So obviously, Robin and Dan, Ramsdale or Pope. Pope is apparently potentially maybe fit. Who would you start, Don?
Ramsdale.
Ooh. Super fan, Dan.
I agree. I want Ramsdale to have a run because I think he needs to. He hasn't done badly. At the same time, he has been the one between the sticks for the last 3 matches when we've given up leads late in the game. So, I need to see him, control his area with more finesse, a little bit more authority, and just get everybody out of the way so that he can concentrate.
See, I'm edging more Pope because of his catching and punching ability from corners and set pieces, because Ramsdale just looks lost. Personally.
I was just going to say that starting 11 looks like a starting 16, and I don't think that's allowed, mate.
No, but these are all the talk. These are all the talking points you cheeky git.
Shit, that's basically everybody. I mean, come on.
No, it's not. It's not. Tino and Hall are guaranteed. Chow's guaranteed. Burn or Shaw.
The one that needs to start, and it's because of the impact that he's had the last 2 games as he's come on.
Let's stick with the midfield first. Let's stick with the defense. Sorry, Burn or Shaw. Shit. Burn or Shaw. Come on, let's go through the team. Burn or Shaw.
Well, for romanticism's sake, the guy who gets it the most, of course, is going to be Dan Burn. But he's been suspect the last couple of games, and I think that maybe Cher would be a better shout. Yeah. But at the same time, I have to say Dan Burn's going to start simply because it's Dan Burn and it's a derby.
Yeah, Don.
So I went for Shaw last night, but actually, you convinced me. Actually, given the nature of the game, Burn's going to play like a blinder, and he's going to be awesome.
You would hope so, wouldn't you? He has a little bit of
He'll be 10 feet tall. He's going to be big Dan Burn.
Yeah, and Chow's not getting dropped, let's face it.
No.
He's been too good. So then we move into the midfield. Obviously, J7 came off with a potential groin issue, but he seemed fine to carry on. Eddie Howe took the decision out of his hands, put Miley on. Miley plays really well, scores a great goal. So he's got to be in the conversation, hasn't he? So J7 O'Malley, Don, who would you start?
If Joe's fit, I'd start with Joe because I think the physicality of the game. I think Miley is absolutely playing outstanding, but he's not as strong as Joe, and I think that's what's going to be needed in the midfield.
I do see that, especially with Xhaka. You've got to win that midfield battle, haven't you, Dan?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say if you have to put your stamp on the game early, you got to start J7, and then you bring Miley on off the bench. It's because of how he's played the last 2 matches off the bench. I see no reason why he won't keep up that vein of form. But I think if you're stamping authority on the match from kickoff, you got to have J7 inside if he's fit.
I just think he's a bit of a walking red card as well. That's the only thing. Kind of keep his emotions in check. Then we've obviously got the right wing situation. Now, I wasn't impressed with Harvey Barnes at all in the Champions League game.
No.
You've also got Murphy, and I thought Alanga played all right in his previous game. So there's a choice of the 3 of them, really. Don, who would you start and why?
I'd start Murphy. Barnes cuts inside too much, and if they're playing 5 at the back, he's going nowhere. In the same vein, Ilanga, he's got that pace on the outside, but if they're not pushing forward, that gap's not going to be there. Murphy's probably the only one who can put a decent ball into the box consistently, and he also has that ability to cut inside and take a shot. And I think Walter Manor needs that service.
Yeah, Dan.
For the same reason as Dan Burns starts, Murphy gets it. He's been a lifelong Toon supporter. If there's anybody who's been looking forward to this derby returning to the region, it's Jacob Murphy. So Murphy's got to start for me.
All great points. We'll go back to the Sunderland team, and I'll come back to Cabbie. Where's the game won and lost for you in your team?
Game won and lost.
Won or lost?
Well, I mean, the only thing is Wilson Isidore can go a bit missing. I mean, if we're a bit stifled, I mean, if we do go play 5 at the back, then he's anonymous as Wilson Isidore. He gets more chances when we play like the 4-4-2. That's why I can't decide whether I would start with Mr. Blobby or Wilson Isidore. He's lethal, Isidore, if you give him a ball to run onto, because he is literally a winger, but we're playing him as a striker. But the last 2, like Manchester City, he missed a 1-on-1 with a keeper, and Liverpool as well. So I think the game is going to be won and lost on whether you're going to put your chances away, and especially sort of City's day, you call that, because I mean, you're in the Premier League, and no matter what opposition you've got, you get punished if you didn't put your chances away. So that's the only thing I would say is the fact, like, I still think we're lacking a little bit up front with our striker situation. We're still needing that experienced striker. We don't know enough about Mr. Brobby, how good he's going to come. Wilson Isidore, cracking player, but he just goes missing too much. And Mienda, we've not seen enough of him really to see. But we're all right with the pitch, but I just think up front, I think we can be like lacking a little bit.
Cool, calmness, and that Liverpool chance when he went round the keeper, you thought, Jesus, that's it, you're going to win the game, and then he just
didn't look up. I mean, he
didn't, did he?
He just thought, there's nobody in that goal around the goalkeeper, and I'm just going to softly place it into an empty net. And then he turned white when he looked up and he seen the Liverpool player there, and he knew straight away he's fluffed it.
He mucked up. Rob, I'm going to ask you a different question. Who are you worried about, and where do you think Newcastle could cause you damage? Which players or player? Look,
Bruno and Gordon. I think are the 2 that would worry me most.
Any particular reason? Should we know why?
Bruno, because he's your Xhaka, basically. He's the driving force in your team. And Gordon, because he's got the sort of face you want to hit with a brick.
Brilliant. I love it. Oh, man, that caught me off guard. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Don, I'll ask you the question: who are you worried about in the Sunderland team that could cause Newcastle problems?
To me, it can only be one man. It's Saka. I think if he controls in midfield and he has a good game, we're in trouble.
Yeah, he's a very, very good player, unfortunately. Dan, who wins the game for us?
Who wins the game for us? Oh goodness, I'm not going to, because of who it is. I wouldn't put it past Lewis Miley.
Coming on and
or Dan Byrne with another hell of a header. I mean, just Saka's playing. No, I think I agree with Don. If Xhaka it has a good game, he Bruno and Tonali are going to have their hands full, making dictating him. At the same time, no offense to Rob and Cabbie, but Dan Ballard's a great goal scorer for Newcastle, and
he finished that one well, didn't he, in the FA Cup?
So, and I like him. I really, when he played, was it when it was Sheffield United? We were watching the playoff match at the Straub. I was just like, Ballard was having a hell of a game. So, it'd be interesting. I'm just excited for the game, lads. Really, I am. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here. Kickoff will be at 6 a.m. here. So on a Sunday, just got to convince myself to get up at 6 a.m. So
yeah,
and I'll be up long before that, and a couple of pints in already before kickoff. So
early start then.
I love it. Don, who are you worried about costing us the game?
Oh. It's Big Dan, isn't it? It's Big Dan.
Yeah,
he's just like he's one of two players. He's either magnificent or he just goes missing and ends up on a red card.
Yep.
See, for me, it's the goalkeeper.
That's why you think Pope over Ramsdale.
I just think Sunderland are very good from set pieces. They've got someone who can throw the ball in long and like an arrow. And if you've got that as a weapon, and you've seen the way Ramsdale sticks to his line, I think that's going to cause us a lot of problems.
My only concern with Pope, obviously, Baz, is sure, great, he'll catch it, but then he'll just kick the ball and give it back to the opposition, and we'll be forced to set up again. So
no, I get that. And
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Between both of them, isn't there? I just think I'd rather have someone who's a better shot stopper and potentially catching and punching the ball better. If there's going to be a lot of free, again, is there going to be a lot of corners? Is there going to be a lot of free kicks? It's all trying to work out what's going to happen in the game, but it's a tough one. But
actually, boss, I'm going to change my mind.
Go on.
And I'm going to come with Pope for the very reason, if they're playing that formation, playing out from the back for us is going to be a little bit easier, and that's the bit where I think Pope's weakness is with his feet, his decision making with his feet, but actually catching the ball and stopping shots, he's better than Ramsdale. So I'll switch. I'll come with you.
Yeah, it's a shame we can't mould them together because we'd have one hell of a goalkeeper then, wouldn't we?
Hopesdale.
Hopesdale. Hopesdale. I like it.
Yeah. Well, again, it's a great question for you guys. Who would you want to see in nets for Newcastle, Cabbie and Rob? Who would you like to see in goal? And thinking, well, yeah, we've got a great chance now because of that.
Tommy Sorensen for me.
Fair enough.
I was waiting for Rob to say Pickford.
How did you know, Don? How did you know me so much?
Pickford was in goal for you lot. We would have a great chance as well because he hates playing against us. He gets too wound up, doesn't he?
He does. He does. Keeper wise for us.
I mean, for us, who do you want to see in goal for Newcastle to give you a better chance of winning?
Probably Ramsdale, I would have said.
There we go. Cabbie?
Who would I like to see? I don't know. I mean, I could say Ramsdale, but I mean, I don't think he's been that bad in goal for years, to be honest with you.
He hasn't been bad, but if you look at, obviously you don't watch it as much as we do for obvious reasons, but if you watch the way he commands his box from corners and throw-ins, it's panic station.
No. I remember when the Spurs equaliser, when they got that overhead kick from like 60 yards out, and it seemed to like the ball needed a sat nav to get into the box and then just slowly creep over the line. And it's like, and I watched there, like I'm thinking, like, what? How did that get in? Like, I don't know. But yeah, you're probably right. That
was too good.
I love it. While everyone's in the chat, please like, subscribe, hype both channels. So go back on to Cabbie's channel and hype the show from last night as well. It really does help. It is completely free, and it obviously helps North East clubs. And we're also going to start talking to each other on how we're going to do a joint show between both channels over the time. So now I know we already have one with a City channel called the Oil Brothers, but it'd be good if we can get a North East one as well. So we're going to be talking. Don't you worry. Right, let's get into previous results or head-to-head last 5.
That one of them's a cup game. You can't include that.
Don't worry. I'm trying to make this look good for us, and then it looks shit for us on the next slide. So don't worry. So we have got that one win, and there's obviously the 1-1 draw in there. And then again, of course, you guys have won 3 out of the last 5, and all games were 1 up on you still. So this is why I showed this slide. It wasn't because of the last 5 results. It was more because we've won 1 more game than you in total. The league position doesn't look great for us, though, unfortunately. But again, it is so tight. And the reason why I said the next slide looks back, these are all the results at the Stadium of Light recently. Obviously, the cup game's at the very top, just to keep it in there to make it look a little bit better for us. But lost 3-0, lost 1-0, lost 2-1. Drawn 1-1, then we won 1-0, and there was a draw in there, then another loss, then a draw, and there was that lovely 4-1 win when Albert Luque wrapped it up. Ryan Taylor over the wall, I think, was 2003.
He was on Sky Sports, Ryan Taylor, talking about that.
Yeah. So, but again, the recent history at the Stadium of Light goes in your favour in the league, but again, we're going back a lot of years, so it's hard to say, you know, the way both teams have changed over the years, the way that am I keeping you up, Cabbie?
No, I'm fine. I'm always like this on a Friday after a busy week driving. I'm all right.
I'm just winding you up. So it's hard to say, you know, that recent run of form that you had, it was so long ago. But the run that you're having in the Premier League at the moment is going to have a massive say, you know, than the performance on Sunday. I think you guys are going to be ready for it. So let's get some predictions. Superfan Dan, let's go for your prediction first, and I'll go around the house.
I'm feeling good, but again, I'm going to say we're going to give up a cheeky goal, perhaps an overhead kick from 60 yards out that needs a sat nav. I'm going to say 2-1.
Roofs would stop that. Roofs would not let that happen.
I love it. Come on, Cabbie, put your neck on the line.
I just think the game's getting hyped up that much.
It's going to be 0-0.
You know, it's good, and it does it when the Sky going on about a Liverpool, Man U, and they're going on and on and on. And all I've heard on radio stations, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong, is talking Sun and Newcastle. Like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be 0-0.
Yeah, again, to be fair, us keeping a clean sheet is a very rare thing these days. So, Rob.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with what I said last night, guys, which was Sunderland to sneak it by a goal. But I'm not going to predict the score. It could be 2-1. It could be 3-2. It could be 4-3. It could be 1-0. But I think Sunderland to sneak it by a goal.
I think I'd rather lose 1-0 than 4-3. 4-3 just hurts.
That's a 5 pence, 50 pence moment, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. Don, your score prediction, mate? I think you're the same as me last night.
My heart says 2-1 Newcastle, but my head says 2-2.
Yeah, I said Desmond as well, to be fair. I think we might sneak it. I think either side could nick it later on if it's still that tight. But I think 2-2 potentially would be the scoreline. And again, who would be happier with the point? That's the big question.
I think, I was listening to Total Sport, and there's quite a lot of Sunderland fans, Newcastle fans phoning up and saying like, yeah, we both want to win. Of course would they, but they wouldn't be disappointed with a point. Either team, I don't think.
Well, again, at the end of the day, if we get beat, you can't go to work, can you, for a week? So
I'm going on holiday, but it's the week before Christmas. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll work Christmas instead.
Well, it's the bragging rights all the way over Christmas, isn't it? You've got a decent wait till the next game. No one wants to lose this game. And this is another reason why as well, because obviously the table, even though there's 4 positions to where you are, there's only 1 point in it.
That's it.
If you guys win, you can go 4th on 26. If obviously all the results go your way. If we win, we could potentially jump up to 5th if results go our way. It's just that tight.
Even the bottom table's not far from us all. Really, when you think of it.
Agreed.
I didn't want to show that because it is so tight. Apart from the 2 at the very bottom, they were almost light years away. It is. So
they
tight.
are. Yeah. They are.
It is so tight.
Wolves had nailed themselves on for relegation, I think.
Aston Villa's going to get the title there. You watch. Put a $5 on it at your local bookies. Won 9 out of 10. That's some achievement, that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
The last one they didn't win was the draw against us, wasn't it?
That's right.
I think so, yeah.
We were down to 10 men as well, I think.
Yeah, it's when Ronaldo played football with somebody's danglies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Kevin says, no way, I'll be happy with a point. I want all 3. As the home team, a lot of fans will be like that, won't they?
Kev's forever berating Cabbie and myself for being too pessimistic.
Can't blame them. We'll very quickly shout these guys out. We've got Diacro, an amazing sponsor. Baz 20 for 20% off. Link is in the description. Same as the award-winning Sparky, the Geordie Land Experience, amazing tours. Links in the description below. And of course, there's no Mackem stuff in this shop, I'm afraid. It's in Wallsend. They do loads of Newcastle memorabilia. They do movie memorabilia, other sports memorabilia. Get yourself down to them. Prince Charming, absolutely fantastic. Got a great account on Facebook. Link is in the description. And again, like I mentioned, we've got a fantastic live show at Newcastle Benfield Football Club. They're putting it on for free. Gibbo and Super Mac are doing this for free. Graham Bailey's doing this for free. We are doing it for free. All the money is going to charity. So the more tickets we sell, we've got 70 available. All the money is going to these 2 great charities that Graham Bailey and Gibbo support. And we just want to do our bit. So get yourselves down for an amazing night.
It's the very start of my almost month-long trip on Tyneside.
Exactly.
I'm going to be there for the Everton match that weekend, but then I'm going to stick around because I want to see the return fixture of tomorrow's match. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you if possible.
Yes, it's going. And also the link for Cabbie's channel is also in the description. So please
just subscribe, Cabbie.
Yeah.
Oh, very kind of you. Thank you.
Good lad.
Have you got a channel yourself, Dan?
I'm sorry, mate?
Have you got a channel yourself?
No, I do not. Just this one. But I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Shitter, Twitter, whatever they call it, with the X at the beginning. Whatever you call it.
I'll tell you what, I love the backdrop. I love the wooden backdrop and that, like where you're at. It looks really. It looks cozy and Christmassy. It does.
It's my headboard.
I nearly said it looks like you're on the shitter, but I'm not going to say that.
It's either that or you're lying flat out on your deck and down.
Deck. That's right.
It's lying down, looking up.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Phones above my head. There you go.
Yeah, love it. Fantastic. Right, what a great way to end the show. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this with you guys. And like I say, we'll talk about try to do a Northeast show in the future. But in the near future, probably start next year or something like that. Don as well, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time for doing this as well. And again, the final word from me is
I live in a Bavarian castle.
Someone
was-
always throws something in to stop me in my stride, don't they? Every single time.
I was born in Bavaria. That's not a lie. So,
Very
but
good.
no, there aren't any Bavarian castles in California.
Well, not real
Brilliant.
ones anyway.
Not real ones, exactly. Right. Anyway, everyone enjoy the game on Sunday as best as you can. Get drunk, but don't be a dickhead. Let's support the team properly. Please don't go on Twitter afterwards if we get beaten. Become one of those arseholes as well. And let's just be friendly to each other, but also be
Proper
nasty.
crack.
Exactly. Nasty in the ground with songs and singing and all that sort of stuff, but no violence, please, guys. There's no need for it.
Yeah, horses don't deserve it.
Oh, you
was
had
gonna
to
say-
go there. We've gone 2 hours and 15 minutes, and he had to bring the horse up, didn't he?
I was going to say
You're going to give Baz a long face in a minute, man, Rob. Pack it in.
equality for everyone.
He had to bring that up, didn't he?
He did.
Had to be done.
Oh, man.
Why long face, Dan? Well,
Right, you've had it now. Because I'm going to have to say as well, for all you Sunderland fans out there, please leave the Seagulls alone on Sunday as well.
Oh, you spoil all our fun.
aviary equality for everyone.
Oh, man. Right. Thank you for joining, everyone.
Cheers,
We'll
lads.
see you again on Sunday night for the review. Hopefully it's a good one for us, but if not, let's just stay civil. Good night.